morning everyone. Welcome to this week's video, this week's Art Weekly. I've just picked up two books from the postman yesterday. Cedric Morris, I touched on talking about Cedric Morris last week, and Let Haynes. If you Google Cedric Morris, fascinating artist, and it started for me reading the Olivia Laing, and she mentioned Benton End, and we've got a couple in here. This is just a couple of the Iris paintings. Philip Mould in the UK has a gallery in London, and he's on the television quite a bit if you're in the UK with Fiona Bruce. There's a programme, I can't think of the name of it, but they discover whether paintings are fraudulent or real paintings that people have unearthed. It's really good, and he really knows his stuff. And in lockdown, I also then discovered there are a series of programmes about Cedric Morris on YouTube by Philip Mould, who owns one or two Morris paintings. I've managed to get my hands on second-hand, as good as new books, again from World of Books. The other thing that I'm blown away by are Cedric Morris didn't just paint flowers. He did fantastic portraits. The easels arrived, it's here from the house. And I'm thinking about, I keep moving this paper painting about. I don't want to do anything more to it, but I do want to have a go at mounting it. The smalls are fantastic, they mount fantastically well, so I'm hoping to have the same success. Other news, I'll turn the camera. In other news, I kept in the limited colour palette for these two, but I found myself getting terribly carried away and I couldn't do it. I just wanted to bring in other colours. So they're no longer a trio in that limited palette. But I still don't know if I'm finished, but I'm feeling a bit better about that. I don't know what I'm doing there yet. I'm not sure what I want to start on next. What I feel like doing is roaming around and seeing what I might do next. Oh dear. Well, I came in, I didn't know what I wanted to do. As I said, I thought I'll just have a look around, and I stopped on Birdie and decided, maybe I'll give Birdie a boost. It's a rainy, grey old day out there, so I thought, I feel like really engaging with something bright and cheery and sunny. Can I add to it? And I have added to it, and it's just such a nice thing to do. I started wondering about changing the ground, the blue, and I had a little go, and then very quickly had to get that off. But decided to push with a few more florals. So I've gone on a bit more. I was thinking, what is it I need to do? What will I do next? And I suddenly remembered we're coming to the end of the month, and I absolutely have to get my... That's 2023. I have to get, this is the 2023 catalogue, but you have to get your image in and all your details in for Southeast Open Studios in June. it's got to be done by the end of the month. I haven't done it. So I need a few photographs, and I thought, I'll take a photograph. In taking a photograph, I started seeing things that I thought, might need to change that, might need to change that. I think I've taken about 10 photos. It's amazing what your eye sees in a photo that it doesn't see when you're standing at a distance from the canvas. I'm telling myself, stop here. I've taken a photo that at the moment I'm happy with. I need to sort out something to feel that this is finished. So I think that's my next job, to get that finished. Oh, this is lovely, lovely, relaxing, joyful painting. I've been building the colour as I go on my palette. That's more or less what I'm left with. And for now, that's a nice beginning. So that's quite thickly applied, and I'll need to let that dry off. I'm trying really hard to put myself in front of a real iris, but also just following very loosely what shapes, and not even the colour, but just the shapes that I've got here. I need to keep it quite loose. So I will now, I'll put that somewhere. Actually, I know what I'll do. I've got Bear with me. I've got a little canvas. I've got this small canvas, it's got no clue what it wants to be, so I'll push that in there as a way of using up whatever's left. There's not really a lot there. Not really a lot there, but nice colours. Nice colours. Okay, so that's a nice start up. A new day, a bit of sunshine, a bit of wind and a bit of rain. I'm all dry, so ready for round 2. The East Anglian School of Painting and Drawing was established in 1937 by Morris and Let Haynes, and they had a selection of amazing students. Lucian Freud was probably their most famous, and there's a Freud painting here done in 1940 of Cedric Morris. So I'll drop a few images in that are in here. I do like a bit of art history. I've got my brushes, I've got my image, and I need to just get on a bit again now. Well, quite by accident, I got a run or a couple of runs going, and I decided to be really brave and take the brush and let more run down. I got quite a pool of watery mess under here. I'll clean that up, but stage 2, I'm really happy here. This is very blank, too solid for my liking. I love what's running in here, and some of the effect I've managed to get. But these two, three need something, not too much, but they need to pop. They need more interest. So that's my thinking. But again, time to just step away and let that dry. And what I've been contemplating, I thought I'll try to see if I can do maybe a small study on here, although that's still very damp. I was asked in the comments how my paint fares in the cabin when it gets really cold. And I don't have any, to touch wood, I haven't had any issue with my paints doing anything being left up here. But I am finding that the paint, the acrylics are taking a long old time to dry. So it would be a mistake to press on. And the paint that I put down on there yesterday, actually it still feels a bit tacky. So as well as trying to get a few things finished up, I think it would be really boring to only concentrate on trying to finish things up and not to allow yourself to start up at the same time. So I think what I'm saying is it's lovely to have creative choices, creative choice. I was just heading down to get fresh water, and I thought, I wonder what will happen if I just put the watery residue around this figure that I've just sketched up with a chubby. So if I put water on that, it will run. So that was one brush. There's nothing much on that one. Is there? Oh yeah, there's a little bit on here. Let's see if I can just lose any little bit of colour. It breaks the ice for me, that blank canvas. So, and it's got rid of more paint. I wash the floor frequently. Now I'm tempted to push a bit more with her. Permanent magenta, I'll use some. Again, we know this won't just a good start. it's quite interesting when you make the choice to go from one subject to another. I think working on the iris flowers enabled me to just become a bit freer. I do like choice, I do like variation. Well, I've come in this morning and I've half a mind to white her out, just lightly, and I've half a mind to start up another and work across these two before I can feel confident to finish my original. I don't want to wreck it. I just want to make some tweaks to it, but I need to get in the right frame of mind. So those are the choices this morning with her. Or I haven't been up into the new cabin area yet to have a look at the iris, to have a look at those. So let's get up there and see what's going on. Ooh. Here we go then. So I've got the big one on the easel and I've got those two smalls to have a look at. I rather like what's happening on the easel, but as I said yesterday, I think I might just see if I can add some interest into those yellow areas. I thought I'd just mention these paper palettes last me an absolute age. What I do is I make sure that if I clean that off on my painting or wherever, on paper, you can put that excess paint down on paper for collage and then just wipe it over. I can reuse and reuse and reuse that. I'm starting off with Indian Yellow Hue and Nickel Azo Yellow. These are quite fluid, these golden acrylics. And I'm keeping it quite watery, and I'm not worrying about runs. I've put a really light wash on the top, and then I've taken a deeper green and made it quite watery on the palette just to get a nice sort of watery effect. And now I'm at the stage where I can just enjoy adding top bits, the finishing off, if you like. I'll take photographs to help me know what's missing or what I can add or what might need to come away. And I'm really encouraged to have another go, to do another one. Just stage by stage, slowly, building it up. This would actually work really nicely. I might jump into some watercolour paper now, the really heavy duty watercolour paper. I think it would lend itself to that. Next week, I'll definitely get some sketchbook going. I've got quite a lot to show and to share that I've been working on in concertinas, and I've been quite excited about some of the card work that's come from that. So keeping everything open, having quite a few projects is really a good thing. Have a fantastic week, everyone, with whatever you're working on. I really enjoy hearing about your projects. I have a lovely long list of tea suggestions. I'm so thankful and grateful for those. I've got 1 or 2 things on order, 1 or 2 very interesting things to look at and to look out for. So thank you and have a lovely week. Take care everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.